Welcome to another ADD's Action Figure Obsession video, and today we're going to take a look at, I was going to say a quick look, but we both know that's not true. Today we're going to take a look at my comic book Marvel Legends Deadpool collection. I'm not going to bring out any MCU Deadpools. I do have, I think 4 or 5 of those, doubles and whatnot, but, and I used to have the bootleg Amazing Yamaguchi Revel Tech Deadpool. Actually, I had the gray one and the red one. And the red one was actually pretty good, but the gray one pretty much fell apart pretty quick. The X-Force one. But these are just going to be my Marvel Legends of Wade Wilson Deadpool from Marvel Comics. No movie figures and nothing but Hasbro Marvel Legends. I used to have the Toy Biz Marvel Legends one, which is a really weird looking figure, but man, it came with a lot of great accessories. And unfortunately, I got mine used and didn't get half of the accessories that it had originally come with. And I actually don't really even regret selling that off because it was not a great figure. I mean, for the time it was, but that was a long time ago. And if I could get one new and unopened these days, I'd probably just get it. If I could get it for a good price, I would probably just hang it on the wall in honor of its place in action figure history, but it's not a figure that I really want to display in my loose displays. So I'm going to try to go in roughly chronological order, although I'm not going to pay as much attention to the actual exact dates as I sometimes my OCD makes me try to do. But the ones that I am sure of or close to sure of, I'll give you some information. So this guy here was really part of the Return of X-Men wave after Marvel stopped trying to punish Fox for having the rights to X-Men. There was quite a few years there where the guy running Marvel didn't want any merchandise for the X-Men or any publicity for the X-Men because because of all the money the movies were making for Fox. And I'm sure Marvel was making some of that money, but capitalism, and they wanted all the money. And now Marvel Studios has Deadpool and all the other Fox former Fox properties, so they're making as much money as they can. So this is the 2016 Juggernaut Build-A-Figure Wave Marvel Now Deadpool. I believe it was Marvel Now, was the comic run that it came from. And he was a good evocation of the Toy Biz Deadpool in that he came with a whole bunch of stuff. Just like the Toy Biz Deadpool did, and he's geared up with most of his stuff here. He's got his phony baloney laser rifle, and he's got his 2 Desert Eagles, and he's got his street sweeper street sweeper shotgun, that is. Most people don't seem to know that that's actually based on a real weapon, but it is. It's a little undersized for a 6-inch scale, but this street sweeper shotgun actually was a real thing, still is a real thing, apparently. And then he also came with his swords, of course, and his knife on his lower right leg. It's built on the Bucky Cap body, which at that time was in a lot of use, but wasn't unbelievably heavily overused the way that it was later on. We were still seeing Bucky Cap, I think, as recently as was that Target exclusive comic book Yondo? Was that? I think that was Bucky Cap. I could be wrong about that, but the 2-pack with Doctor Spectrum and forgive me, it's early. With Dr. Spectrum and Hyperion. Dr. Spectrum was on a Bucky Cap body, and it was real janky. The Bucky Cap mold doesn't really seem to create good figures anymore like it used to, so yeah, I got rid of that Dr. Spectrum, I think, within a day or two of buying that 2-pack just to get some money back on Hyperion, which was really the only figure that I wanted. So I recently got this Juggernaut Build-A-Figure Wave 2016 Deadpool at a local toy show for a really good price because the show was almost over and I don't think they had done that well that day and they were marking stuff down and I was happy to snap him back up. I bought him probably around 2017, maybe a year or so after he had come out, just to have a Deadpool. because I had just gotten back into Marvel Legends around 2016, 2017. The X-Men wave that this came in was a spectacular wave with a lot of great figures in it. And this was probably the best of them, but almost all of them were really good. And if you can find this 2016 Juggernaut Build-A-Figure Wave Deadpool for a decent price, I definitely recommend that you pick one up just for the look of it, if nothing else. It's just a really, really nice looking Deadpool. The body obviously doesn't have the modern articulation of either the Sunfire mold that some of these Deadpools are on, or the Renew Your Vows mold, which the most recent one is on. But it's a really nice figure, and I'm really glad to have it back in my displays. The elbows were a little warped out of the box, which is why I'm not going to be posing him or doing much with him other than just showing him off to you. Let's get all the Bucky caps out of the way real quick. And I think, yeah, there's only 3 of those. So we have our 3, I mean, the 3 that I have. There may be more out there, but I don't have them here. Just kind of segregating them by body mold now. Yeah, all right. So these 3 are my Bucky Cap mold Deadpools. And again, the Bucky Cap body mold is way outdated and kind of small for modern Marvel Legends, but it was a good body for its time. And these are all fun figures in their own way. This is the X-Men trainee Deadpool, which I think came out around the time of, was it Deadpool 2? Not 100% sure on that, but I think it may have been when Deadpool 2 came out. And it's a fun one. He's got it. No, sorry about that. He came with the fake laser rifle too. I assume that this rifle is phony. It doesn't look very realistic. It's very thin and cheap and cheesy. But I try to keep the accessories with the figures most of the time, unless I'm really struck with inspiration to give them something better. But yeah, the X-Men trainee Deadpool, which is, they were forcing him to wear the X-Men uniform, but he still kind of has his costume on. You see the little hint of his red gloves or cuffs there. And it's Bucky Cap, but it's a fun one to have on the shelf. This is probably my favorite, just in terms of the sheer sort of fun Deadpool figures. I added a Black Desert Eagle to his holster there. He came with the blue sort of play gun with the orange tip, and he also had one of those phony rifles like the previous Deadpool, but that was also in blue with an orange tip. I think I have that stored away somewhere. But he's got the fuzzy slippers, the droopy sock, the Deadpool heart boxers. Just I don't know if I gave him that sword or if he came with it, because I don't think he had a harness to hold any swords. I think the idea was that, he kind of got caught up in a mission while he was sitting on the couch watching TV and probably doing some sort of adult substances. I don't know why the pink or the red looks so washed out and pink in these, but I guess we'll just go with it. But anyway, yeah, I really like the Boxers Deadpool, as he's known. He's a fun character or a fun figure, fun representation, and he has the half unmasked head, so that's fun. Recently reacquired this guy. This is the X-Force Deadpool, also Bucky Cap, the body, and trying to think. It looks like I added a Black Desert Eagle to his holster there. I don't think that's what he originally came with. I could be wrong about that, but if I did kit bash that, that's the only thing that I did. I'm trying to reassemble. I used to have all of the X-Force figures, or almost all of them. I don't think I ever had Warpath, but I think I had the rest of them. Right now I have this guy. I have the new Nightcrawler and Wolverine and... Come on. Who's the other one? Oh, yeah, and there's one other one. Deathlock, Wolverine, Nightcrawler. Oh, and Deadpool. Yeah, there's the 4 that I have. Yeah, in the black and gray Uncanny X Force uniform. I think it's really sharp looking. The only problem with these X Force X Men characters is that the grays don't necessarily match up that well, which is kind of annoying. But that seems to be Hasbro's favorite thing to do, is to give you a whole team of characters. They're wearing the same uniform, and the colors don't quite match on at least some of them. I also used to have the X13 Laura Kinney Wolverine that was in the X Force colors, but I sold that off a long time ago too. But we have that 2 pack coming out with her and Warpath, so if I win the lottery that week, maybe I'll pick that up. So continuing to go chronologically, I believe the next Deadpool in line was the Sasquatch wave, or Sasquatch Build-A-Figure wave, from I think 2017 of a classic Deadpool. It was on the Sunfire body mold. This he originally had the black harness, same harness as this one, but only the harness was in black. But this being probably the oldest Deadpool in my collection that I've had consistently, I've had this one since 2017. The black harness on him got real brittle, and I was trying to take it off or pose him or something, and that harness broke very badly and was irreparable. There was nothing I could do. So I've had him without the harness for a while, and then I was digging through my bins the other day, and I spotted this one that I had taken from a kit bash. I used the body of the blue Deadpool for a kit bash, and I'm like, I wonder how the yellow would look with the classic red, and I'm pretty happy with that. I think it looks pretty good. It looks better than him not having any harness at all. So there's the 2017 Sunfire body mold Deadpool, and then we got another Sunfire body mold Deadpool with, I think it was 2018 when the retro carded 80th anniversary of Marvel Deadpool came out. So here's 2 of those. One of these is just not enough. These are identical figures. I think the accessories are all identical. They both got the handgun with the tan colored grip and the gummy red and black, or red and dark gray, I guess, rifle. Um, the thing I love about this is the blue metallic shading on the eye lenses, and the where the black parts would normally be on Deadpool. It's very evocative to me of comic book style coloring. And these figures, the 3 Sunfire body mold Deadpools here, they all pose really, really well. The only, as I said, I think in my last video, the only real issue I have with the Sunfire body mold is how tiny these shoulder balls are. They're just too small, and they make the arms look like they're hanging too low, and like there's some sort of bodily structure missing from the human body that it's meant to represent. But other than that, I do really like the Sunfire body mold Deadpools, all 3 of them. They're probably my second favorite, and my first favorite is undoubtedly the Renew Your Vows Deadpool from, I think it was it 2023. I think the 2 pack came out with Deadpool and Hydra Bob, and this is a nice summation of everything that Hasbro has done with Deadpool to date. Um, Really, really sharp work on the. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see if I can zoom in on it. Really, really sharp work on that belt buckle. That's got to be tampography. I don't think that was hand painted. That is really, really nice. I think that's a new belt that he has compared to the older Deadpools. And he came with the 2 handguns. He came with the katanas. I actually swapped out the katanas because he originally came with these brighter blue katanas right here with the brighter blue handles. He originally came with a pair of those, and I gave him, I think, the ones from my Sasquatch Wave classic red and black Deadpool. When that harness broke, I think that's where those katanas came from, because they are a little more muted and a little more suited to me to go with this particular version of Deadpool. Um, that set came with the 2 pack with Deadpool and Hydra Bob. Came with a whole bunch of accessories, most of which were a tribute to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, most of which were bizarre colors because they were supposed to evoke, the turtle accessory colors that are the key to, which ones go with who. Um, but this Renew Your Vows body with the toe articulation and with a very, very nice paint job on here. Like you see the buttons on the pouches are all painted silver. Um, doesn't look like they paint anything on the harness straps. Yep, there's a yeah, right there. There's some paint, some silver paint on the buckles on the harness. Um, it's just a really, really solid looking Deadpool. I like the Renew Your Vows body a lot. I like it better than the Vulcan body, frankly. Um, although I'm sure we're going to get a Vulcan body Deadpool at some point down the line. But I think that the athleticism of this body and the solidity of it and the articulation that it features, and there's some really nice paint on the black here. A lot of these Deadpools, especially the earliest one, the 2016 Juggernaut Wave one, have some really sloppy and kind of fuzzy paint in the black in the transition from the black to the red. But this is one of those figures where you go, Hasbro can really knock it out of the park when they want to, and clearly they wanted to with that Hydra Bob 2-pack. I've only ever seen one in the wild, and I snapped it up. And I got to tell you, if I spotted another 3 or 4, and I could afford them, I'd grab them because they're so worth it for the kit bash potential, and for just how really, really awesome a Deadpool this Renew Your Vows 2-pack with Hydra Bob Deadpool is. And then a bonus that came with the one of the bonuses that came accessory wise with that 2-pack was this half-mast Deadpool head, which I took inspiration from Yo Joe Jerk. If you've never seen his channel, look him up on YouTube. Yo Joe Jerk. Great, great channel. He's got a great sense of humor, and he's also got some great kit bash ideas. And putting this half-mast Deadpool head on the tracksuit mafia body was just a fantastic act of genius to my mind. I added the solid, not solid gold, but mostly gold AK-47 from the Valverse Action Force line, and he's got a katana from the G.I. Joe Classified, I think Blue Ninja, and then he has a harness and sword sheaths from one of the earlier Deadpools. I'm not even sure which one that came off of. Possibly, I used to have one of the 2012, I think it was, blue Deadpools from the 2-packs. I think that may have come from that. I'm not 100% sure on that. But anyway, for a character that I really hated 20, 30 years ago, Deadpool, I have an awful lot of him, and I really do enjoy having them all on the shelf. I've got like a 3-shelf display of X-Men, and I just keep all these Deadpools kind of sprinkled in among the crowd. And it adds something to my collection. It adds something to my display. I think Deadpool is a fun character. Despite his rather meager origins in the hands of his creator Rob Liefeld. But the movies I have enjoyed unreservedly. Just absolutely love the movies, and I guess I keep the figures around both as a reminder of how much I enjoyed the movies, and it's a fun costume design. He's a fun character, and he lends himself to some really wacky designs that somehow don't damage the character in the least to just let him do his Deadpool thing. If you like this video, please leave a like on it, and you feel free to comment below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and I do ask you to share it with your friends. Hit the share button, and share it on Facebook or Twitter or Tumblr or TikTok or wherever the heck you're hanging out on the internet these days. Let them know what we're doing here. A little bit of history, a little bit of action figures, showing off what I got and having some fun with kit bash ideas. That's basically what we're doing here. And I do thank you for your time watching today. I hope you will join us on the next one, and we'll see you then.